What's up, y'all? It is day 6 of the Post Every Day challenge. Still working on that title. And I want to talk to you today about consistency. What happens when you're consistent with your mindset work? I've done a podcast episode on this. My podcast is currently on break. If you want more in depth, you can go listen to the episode. It's probably like an hour long. But this is the long and the short of it. When I started this, not even when I started this, just a year ago. A year ago, I was more prone to freaking the fuck out. A year ago, when things weren't going my way, when I wasn't getting the sales that I wanted, when I wasn't receiving what I desired, I was having conversations with the ancestors. I'm like, I don't understand. Why are you guys doing this to me? Why are you guys not doing your job? Like, you're not supporting me. You're not helping me. Blah, 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 blah. So there was a lot of like ranting and frustration and disappointment and blah, 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 blah. And, nothing wrong with that. It was my experience. But fast forward to today, I have this, you might say, like, level-headed energy and approach when it comes to my business. Where if something looks like it's not going my way, I'm talking about how I know that it's going my way and why I know that it's going my way. I'm more often than not spending my time in the vibration of my desires. I feel more optimistic about my desires than ever before. What I want to manifest, what I want to call in, what I want to experience as a business owner, as a woman, as an adult, feels more normal, feels more attainable, feels more mine than it has ever felt before. And in my day-to-day moments, I'm talking about how what I want is mine, how everything is working out for me, how everything is working in my favor. But the way that I got here, the way that I got to the place where even in the midst of chaos, I can still come back to the truth of who I am. I don't let my limiting beliefs cause me to really downward spiral anymore. I don't have that experience. If you were following me prior to like last year, the last 2 years, I don't remember. I think the last time that I was like, I hate this, I'm quitting my business, was the end of 2021. So for maybe like the past 2 years, I've been in this place of consistent growth and expansion, being able to acknowledge my own growth and expansion of my money, my finances, my sales, my relationship with money, to where, okay, when things don't look so great, I'm not ready to shut everything down. Have I had moments where I'm just like, oh, like I need a complete break from this? Have I had moments where, I don't remember when I did this. It wasn't this year, and it might have been like at some point last year where I kind of like took my site down, or I like unlisted my videos. I don't remember when that happened, but I know that I had done that at some point. The point is that I respond differently. And the reason why I respond differently is because I consistently showed up for myself over the past several years. I didn't wallow. I might have spiraled, but I didn't wallow. Meaning I was consistently willing to take care of myself and show up for myself and do something when it came to my mind, my emotions, my thoughts. For the past several years, it was not just, it's not working, fuck this shit, I'm out, and then that was like period, point blank, and then it was done. That's not how it's been. It might have been like, fuck this shit, I hate this business, I'm failing miserably, nothing that I do is working, And then I probably, after all the ranting and all of the cursing of the guides and the angels and the ancestors, I'm sorry. Literally, how many times, I feel like we've talked about this. Well, obviously not in this like daily series. And like really quick, 2.5. Okay, if you maybe are like me, maybe you have a lot of Aries energy. You know, there are times when I get what I wanted, or I get a manifestation, or I get a huge breakthrough, and then I have to apologize. And I'm like, you know what? Angels, ancestors, and guides, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for calling you a sack of bitches. You know, it was a really high intensity moment for me. You know what I mean? But I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore because I've changed. I've changed over time. I love, honor, and accept those past versions of myself. She was doing the absolute best that she could with what she had, and that was enough. So the point here is that the perfection isn't really required ever. The point here is that consistency is the thing that's going to get you from point A to point B every single time. And when you do this work daily, when you do this work moment to moment, it might feel hard to recognize how drastically things have changed. When you're doing the work daily, moment to moment, the transition seems seamless. But when you look back, I look at my experience today versus my experience at the beginning of the year. Today, I'm sitting having conversations about my content is really good. That outro was really good. That was really good. That was really excellent. I love how you talked about that. I love how you plugged that in. I'm willing to talk about my offers. I'm willing to refer people to my offers. And I was doing that at the beginning of this year, and I was doing it last year, but my energy was the energy of like desperation, the energy of fear, the energy of, is this going to work? The energy of, I'm trying to sell something, versus today, I'm more in the energy of, well, first of all, I know that there are people who are seeking out my content and my work. I know that my work is amazing. I know that I deserve to get paid. I know that I deserve to be taken care of. My energy has changed and shifted, and I'm still strengthening all of these new thoughts and beliefs and energies. They're all still getting cemented for me, but I can recognize and acknowledge where I am today is so drastically different than where I was at the beginning of the year or last year. And that's the point. The point is that you want to start now, and the point is that you want it to be, you want to allow it to be, or you get to allow it to be as messy as possible, and you get to freak out as many times as possible, and you get to mess up as many times as possible. And as long as you are consistently showing up for yourself throughout that process, you know how some couples are like, we don't ever go to bed angry. Don't ever go to bed leaving that downward spiral unattended to. Don't ever go to bed while your nervous system is activated and you're just ignoring it, waiting for exhaustion to take over and pull you into sleep. Create some rule, create some system, create some structure for yourself, and you'll be grateful that you did, because it will become your normal way of being. And as it becomes your normal way of being, you get to do things in different ways. You get to add your own little twist to it. It gets easier, and then you can build on top of it. I can shift multiple things at multiple times. I got the inspiration to record today's video in the middle of doing some journaling about some other energy that after I finish recording this, I'm going to go tap back into that old energy, shift that. I've got some EFT tapping that I know that I want to do for some other thing. And then I've got another video from another course from a different mentor that I'm going to be getting into today as well. I have all of those different things on my plate, and I'm going to shift them really, really easy and really, really simply because I've been developing these skills over the past several years. I'm not saying that it will take you years to get to where I am or that it has to take you a long time. I'm saying show up and let it be messy and let yourself feel like you are absolutely failing, and understand that that messy part in the beginning is going to powerfully create a path where you're really, really good at this. And the last thing that I'm going to say when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to your manifestation, when it comes to your empowerment, and when it comes to your emotional fulfillment, you're only going to get out of this work what you want from it, what you're willing to put into it. That's it. It's you who has to be the person that's driving it, that's fueling it. Your desire for your life to change, your desire to have a different feeling life experience. That's what's going to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And as long as you desire what you want, and as long as you are moving forward, willing to see things differently, willing to change, willing to shift, willing to try, you will see results. And it will literally, like Amanda Frances says, it will add up over time. It will all add up. So that's what I got for you today. Maybe you're at a place where you can look back. That's a good thing. Journal on that today. Where am I today versus where I was 6 months ago? Where am I today versus where I was a year ago? What things was I freaking out about a year ago that I'm not worried about today? What things was I freaking out about 4 years ago that I'm not worried about today? Where am I today versus the beginning of the year? Where am I today versus 5 years ago? Where do I want to be at the end of this year? Where do I want to be at the end of this year? And then get into your imagination. What could happen for me if I went all in these last 3 months of the year? How could I be ending the year? How could I be starting the new year? What could be happening in my life? What could be showing up for me? How could I be feeling about myself? How could I be feeling about others? What kind of relationships could I have? What kind of income could I have? What kind of lifestyle could I have? And that's just a fun game for you to play in your imagination. We love the what if game. We're going to talk more about that, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to create some sort of program to help you with the what ifs later. But anyway, that's all that I got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you're loving this series, if this inspired you, if it made you feel excited, if it made you feel good about where you are, if it made you feel content with where you are, if it made you realize you're making progress, if it inspired you to get a little bit more serious and dedicate a little bit more time to yourself, I'd love to hear about that. Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you don't want to give a long blurb spilling all of your tea on the internet, I totally understand. I would love it if you would just drop a blue heart in the comment section. Just let me know that you listened. Let me know that it helped you. Let me know that you enjoyed it, that you're enjoying the series, that you want more of it. I love you so much. My name is Natalie Hughes. Why do I keep doing this? It's fine. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.